Good morning. I'm Lynn, and welcome to another day at Ewetopia Farms. Today I think we're going to be sorting some sheep, and Arnie's going to do his little surprise today as well. And the rest of the stuff, we're going to head around and do chores and see what presents itself. So come on, let's get started. This is the little Wren we were telling you about the other day.
One's on the charm. We're definitely gonna nest it.
Did the other one go back in?
Nope, I'm sending a little
Oh yeah.
tree that's decent.
Where's the other one?
It's an evergreen, the little evergreen tree.
Oh, that one went in.
Yeah. He's checking out the front door. Now he's checking the building quality. Gotta see if he's got insurance or not.
Here he is. The little hungry munchkin. You're doing so good, Bubby. Is that yummy? It looks pretty yummy. Breakfast is served, isn't it? That's a good boy. Yeah, you're a really good boy. Come on, you can get more. Come on. There. You can figure it out. Is that good? Yeah, looks good. Wanna try some more? Yeah, try some more. There you go. It's time to feed the rams again. They ate all their hay, so we're gonna top them up. Right now you can easily see the feeders that he made because they're empty. Come on, Max. Come on, Max. Come on. So this is what they look like when they're empty. They have legs and stuff. They have bigger spacing than the other sheep have because the rams tend to have bigger heads. There's a wooden platform underneath, and it allows us to easily lay them in on their flats to make it easier for them to get at the hay. You don't want your animals to struggle for their food. And because we have so many rams in here, we tend to feed the grain first. Hey, 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 go on. Go on. Get out. Get out. Get out. Okay, Calvin thought it would be really funny if he tried to escape there. Hi, Glad. You got a new bale. We all know that Glad would rather have the grain. He knows that he can go back for the hay anytime. Today's a lot warmer than it was in the past, so the rams, most of them are trying to eat the bales from the shady side. And Scotty's observing everything from the shade too. Okay, so right now this is the group that has to be sheared, and this is the group that was open this year. We're gonna scan everybody, the open group we're doing first. We're gonna see if there's any culls in that group, if there are any that haven't lambed in several years. Like, we want to find out what went on with this group. And all the good ones, we're gonna head over to the coveralls, and the rest are gonna go to the sales barn on Monday, unfortunately. And then once they're sorted, we're gonna sort out the ones that have yet to be sheared. See if there's any culls in that group, because there's no point in paying for shearing on sheep that aren't going to be staying here anyway. So that's this afternoon's job. I assume this is Gary Bryan's ewe.
Maybe? Why?
Because I don't have any information on her.
Can we look at it?
No, I'm guessing that's who it is. Okay, so let's see the history on you. How come you didn't have a name? Okay, so this is a Gary Bryan's. We know she got bred, she didn't. This is a first timer who didn't have a lamb for some reason. This one had a lamb last year, but didn't for some reason this year.
Okay.
Autumn.
Hey, pull that door.
These are the ones going to the barn.
Yep, we'll go back. 18 minutes. Might go back. We're on that.
I got 10 of them. So basically what we were doing here is the sheep were running through the chute, and as each one went through, I took my reader, I would read its information, I would check on its lambing history to see when it last lambed, to make sure that it hadn't skipped more than 1 year, and to see if I had any call comments written down, just to figure out why maybe these sheep were open this year, and to see if they had any problems in their past. This one had a lamb last year. Sheep who we thought had problems and would be a future problem for us were getting put into the cull group, and all the rest were released into the group of sheep going out to pasture for a second chance at producing lambs next year.
wait because we need some space for these guys.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll bring them up. Come on, Katie. Come on. 4 call ewes already.
Okay, so we had 4 cull ewes in that group. One girl had a prolapse, and we tried to give her a chance to see if she'd have lambs, and she didn't. 2 of them were really old and didn't have lamb. No, actually, only one was old. Another one was old, but she had triplets the year before, so we gave her another chance. And one was a free martin, and the other one had missed in two years too. So that's why they're out. These girls are going to the field now. Freedom. As one of my comments said, sheep should have freedom. Shame on me for not giving them freedom. That was a really good comment. She didn't respond to me when I responded though. So these guys are going to join the field with all the other ewes. So they'll be real happy about that. Every year you have a bunch of open ewes. Some of these will have lost lambs this year. And some of them just didn't catch for one reason or another, or they caught and absorbed a lamb. But when we're making the decision on that, we always check their previous history, what they've been doing for us before we make a rash decision. We do want to give them the benefit of the doubt in most cases. Okay. The gate wasn't open, so they ran over here. There they go. They'll get to meet their old friends again. And try again next year. 2 strikes, you're out. Now we're going to go through the sheep who have had lambs and are going to be sheared hopefully Wednesday. And we're going to run them through to see if I had any cull comments on any of them.
Yeah. Ben, here. Up here. Ben, here. Here, Ben. Sit down. Sit down.
She's been one of our most productive ewes so far. She's had 14 lambs. All triplets and twins, except for this year she had a single.
Because age, eh?
She should be just a retirement. One who earns a retirement.
What are you going to do with it?
I don't know. She has no cull comments, no nothing, but
We'll keep it going last one. We'll see how good these old ewes do for us. That's a mistake or not.
Nothing on her either.
I guess she hasn't maybe decent, eh?
So that's a ewe that I might search out for retirement. She's had 14 lambs for us in her career. Next year she'll be 10 years old. So basically with these sheep we did the same thing, but I didn't check to see if they had lambs in the past because this is the group that we just weaned, the February mums. So I know for a fact they had lambs. So what I was scanning for was to see if I had marked down any problems with the lambing. Did they have bottle babies? Were they looking after their lambs? Things like that. You guys have to move in. Come on, out, come on. group, we just had a couple with udder issues, and that was it.
I'm going to grow something on the fence here. And I'm going to guess the people that actually grow this plant are going to say, what are those green necks doing? What do they think they're going to accomplish?
Rednecks.
We're not that type of people where we take a glass of wine and we go, God, can you taste that little woody taste in the wood? Like, it sounds like it's willow or something. Maybe Dutch elm disease. You know those wine drinkers? So we're going to plant some grapes here.
He's always dreamt of growing grapes along our fence, and we could never find any. And then we couldn't find any vegetables yesterday, but we found a couple of grape plants. So I think one's an edible type and one is more like a wine type, but we really don't care.
I don't want to.
It's more about for the decoration of grapes growing, and again feeding the birds and watching them wind along the fence. It's more an aesthetic thing than anything. But I don't know if they'll survive. We're putting them in full sun. That's what it says. We're going to look after them. But hopefully the goal is when people come in our driveway, the trees will have grown up, and between the trees there's going to be grapevines growing along the fence.
This is a couple trees we planted. This is a crab apple tree. It's supposed to flower, I guess, once a year. Because, and this is a cherry tree that's actually been, what's the word then? Grafted? Whatever, I can't hear her. So, grafted, I guess. So I guess what's happened here is they took 3 varieties of cherry trees here. So I'm taking, that's one variety right there. That's one variety there, and I think this is the original one. So Lynn says there's 4, but I think there was 3. And we're just fooling around. If we get cherries, we get cherries. If we don't, we don't. At least we've done our part to save the world. And I tell you, most people aren't going to recognize this tree. You know what that is? That is a Canadian coconut tree. That's a Canadian coconut tree. That tree is going to produce coconuts. Hard to believe. And what do you think, hon? Are we done gardening for today? Come on, they want to look at their adventure on the fence line. So, what I was going to do is, on the back of the farm, you have what we call wild grapes. I don't know where they come from. I don't know if they're seeds off grape farmers and the birds poo them along the fence lines. But you'll find the back of the farm and a lot of fence lines, there's grapes growing along the fence. So I thought it would be nice to have grapes growing up this fence up the driveway. And I was actually going to find some wild grapes and just stick them in the ground here and see what happens. But I was at nursery yesterday, and they had these tame grapes, I guess you'd call them. They say they're extremely hardy for cold climates. So we just planted one here and one back there. And we're going to see if they want to grow up along the fence. And I thought I would just add a little character to the farm. Not that I want the grapes, but maybe it'll feed the birds. So that's what we did today. And we were sorting sheep today too. We have a bunch of cull ewes that are going to be leaving before the shearer comes. And I think there's a couple of rams that have to go to market that aren't doing the cut, or older rams. And I think some lambs are going to be leaving on Monday. So that's what we'll be doing today. And now we're going to go to the house and plant some hostas, because Arnie's in the gardening mood. You know what's nice about Lynn?
Arnie doesn't weed.
Lynn's going to miss me when I'm gone.
He doesn't weed.
Remember that?
Arnie says, what do you want me to do? And I said, just pull a few grasses. He pulls 2 and then he leaves.
Oh, she loves me, eh?
You do.
You know what Lynn's like? You know that country and western song where the guys are all going fishing? And the wife comes out and she says to her husband, she says, if you go back to that fishing hole today, I'm not going to be here when you get home. And he looks at his buddy and he goes, I'm going to miss her. That's Lynn. Where are you going, honey? 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 Whoa. Who planted those trees up the driveway, babe?
Whose idea was it?
Oh, honestly, I'm just gonna shut up now. I can't win this conversation. Yeah, I just feel like I'm the third rib.
Well, that was quite a mix of odd jobs that we had to get done today on the farm. But tomorrow we're going to be gone most of the day, so probably Arnie's going to do a little nighttime sum up of the chores. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed your day at Ewetopia Farms. And please be sure to join us again tomorrow for the next episode. Bye for now.